Hey there. Welcome back to Wagonomics. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out. Today we're diving deep into the science of dog training. Evidence-based techniques to help you build an unbreakable bond with your furry friend. So grab your treat pouch, leash up your pup, and let's embark on this exciting journey together. Before we unleash the power of positive reinforcement, we need to lay the groundwork for success. And that starts with consistency. Dogs thrive on routine. Just like us humans, we find comfort in knowing what to expect. Our canine companions rely on predictable patterns to feel safe and ready to learn. Think of it like this. Would you do well in a class where the teacher changed the rules every day? Probably not. So how do we establish this magical routine? It's all about setting a clear schedule for your furry friend. And I'm not just talking about meal times, although those are super important too. We're talking about consistent times for walks, potty breaks, training sessions, and even playtime. When your dog knows what to expect and when to expect it, they can relax, focus on learning, and strengthen their bond with you. It's like setting the stage for a magic trick. You need the right setup for the grand illusion to work. Now I know what you're thinking. Life happens. Schedules get crazy. And sometimes sticking to a rigid routine feels impossible. And you know what? That's okay. The key here is to aim for consistency as much as possible. Even small, everyday routines, like always going potty in the same spot after waking up or having a designated playtime after dinner, can make a world of difference. Remember, we're going for progress, not perfection. And hey, there's a scientific reason why consistency is so crucial. When dogs learn new behaviors, their brains actually change. It's a fascinating process called neuroplasticity. Consistent repetition strengthens those neural pathways, making the learned behavior more automatic over time. By establishing a predictable routine, we're setting our dogs up for success in their training journey. All right, dog lovers, let's talk treats. In the world of dog training, positive reinforcement is king, and treats are our royal currency. But hold on, positive reinforcement goes way beyond just food rewards. It's about making learning fun, engaging, and delightful for our furry little friends. Think of it like this. Every time your dog performs a desired behavior, we want to shower them with things they love. This could be anything from their favorite treats and enthusiastic praise to a playful game of tug-of-war or a belly rub. Now the science behind this is pretty cool. When we reward our dogs for good behavior, we're tapping into their brain's reward system, specifically a neurotransmitter called dopamine. Dopamine is like the brain's happy dance chemical. It's released when we experience something pleasurable, like scarfing down a delicious slice of pizza. And guess what? Dogs get that same dopamine rush from things they enjoy, like treats, praise, and playtime. So by associating good behavior with these positive experiences, we're teaching our dogs that following commands equals good times. And who wouldn't want to repeat an action that makes them feel happy and loved? Positive reinforcement isn't just about rewarding the big wins. It's about celebrating every step in the right direction. Learning a new behavior is like embarking on an epic quest for our dogs. It can be challenging, confusing, and even a little scary at times. That's why it's so important to break down complex commands into smaller, more manageable steps and reward our furry adventurers for every milestone they achieve along the way. By breaking down the learning process into bite-sized, rewarding steps, we're making it easier for our dogs to understand what we want from them. We're also building their confidence and motivation to keep learning. All right, folks, it's time to put that positive reinforcement into action and tackle some essential commands that every dog should know. Sit, stay, and come. These commands aren't just about showing off your dog's obedience skills, although let's be honest, that's always a plus. They're fundamental building blocks for a safe, happy, and well-adjusted pup. Let's start with sit. This command is all about teaching your dog impulse control and focus. It's like saying, hey, pause those zoomies for a sec and pay attention to me. To teach it, hold a treat close to your dog's nose, slowly move it upwards and slightly back over their head, and say sit in a calm, clear voice. As their nose follows the treat, their rear end will naturally lower into a sitting position. The moment their bum hits the ground, reward them with the treat. Praise like they just won an Oscar for best dog, and maybe even throw in a little happy dance for good measure. Next up, we have stay, the ultimate test of patience and self-control. This command is crucial for preventing your dog from dashing into dangerous situations, like running out into traffic or greeting strangers without permission. To teach it, start with your dog in a sit position. Hold your hand up in a stop signal, say stay firmly, and take a small step back. If your dog stays put, even for a second or two, return to them. Reward, praise, and repeat. Gradually increase the distance and duration of the stay, always rewarding your dog for holding their position. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is a rock-solid stay. And finally, we have come. The command that can save your dog's life. This one's all about teaching your dog to return to you immediately, no matter how tempting those squirrels or that discarded slice of pizza may be. To teach it, start in a safe, enclosed area with your dog on a leash. Show them a treat or their favorite toy, get down to their level, and enthusiastically call their name, followed by come. As they approach, gently reel them in with the leash, showering them with praise and rewards when they reach you. Practice these commands in short, fun sessions, gradually increasing the difficulty and distractions over time. All right, dog enthusiasts, let's talk about socialization. No, I'm not talking about throwing your dog a party, although that doesn't sound like a bad idea. I'm talking about the crucial process of exposing your dog to a variety of sights, sounds, people, and, yes, even other furry friends to help them develop into confident, well-adjusted canine citizens. Think of it like this. Early socialization is like giving your dog a superpower, the ability to navigate the world with a wagging tail and a relaxed, happy demeanor. It's about preventing fear, anxiety, and reactivity by teaching them that new experiences are nothing to be afraid of. So how do we unleash our dog's inner social butterflies? It's all about starting early and exposing them to a smorgasbord of positive experiences. Take them for walks in different neighborhoods. Visit dog-friendly parks and stores. Introduce them to people of all ages and appearances, and let them sniff and observe other dogs from a safe distance, always with proper introductions and supervision, of course. The key here is to make these new experiences fun and rewarding. If your dog seems hesitant or unsure, don't force them into any interactions. Instead, use treats, praise, and playful encouragement to create positive associations with the situation. Remember, we're aiming for happy tails and relaxed body language, not forced smiles and panicked panting. What if I adopted an older dog who missed out on early socialization? No worries. It's never too late to teach an old dog new tricks. While it might take a bit more patience and understanding, you can still help your furry friend build confidence and adapt to new situations. Socialization isn't just about preventing behavioral issues. It's about enriching your dog's life and strengthening your bond. Congratulations, dog devotees. You've made it to the final chapter of our epic dog training saga. We've covered a lot of ground, from the importance of routine and the power of positive reinforcement to mastering basic commands and unleashing your dog's inner social butterfly. But before we wrap things up, there's one last crucial ingredient we need to add to our training recipe, a heaping helping of patience and persistence. You see, dog training isn't always a walk in the park, although walks in the park are definitely encouraged. There will be days when your furry friend seems to have forgotten everything they've learned, moments of frustration that make you question your sanity, and setbacks that make you want to bury your head in a bag of treats. But trust me, my fellow dog lovers, it's all part of the journey. Just like us humans, dogs have good days and bad days, moments of brilliance, and times when their brains seem to be filled with cotton candy. The key is to remember that progress, not perfection, is the goal. Celebrate the small victories, embrace the challenges as opportunities for growth, and never ever give up on your furry friend. Now, here are a few tips to help you navigate the ups and downs of the training journey. First and foremost, remember that every dog is unique. What works for one dog might not work for another, and that's perfectly okay. Be flexible, adjust your approach as needed, and don't be afraid to experiment to find what motivates your furry friend. Secondly, keep those training sessions short, sweet, and fun. Dogs have an attention span roughly the size of a squirrel, so trying to cram too much information into one session will only lead to frustration for both of you. Aim for 5 to 10 minute sessions and always end on a positive note, even if it means going back to a command your dog has already mastered. And finally, don't be afraid to seek professional help if you're struggling. Training your dog is an ongoing process, a lifelong adventure of learning, bonding, and growing together. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content. Let me know your thoughts or questions in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and keep celebrating the amazing animals that share our world.